Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to The Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist, type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. Today, we are getting gangster, being your own ride or die. How to stop acting like we're in a rival gang ready to cut a bitch when it comes to ourselves. Being your own ride or die. Audaciously choosing to love yourself. Listen, anybody can love themselves when they are first place, kicking ass, when you're operating on all cylinders, you're getting positive feedback out the wazoo, and everything is amazing. You know, you're buying the house, you're getting the cars, your clothes are fitting so well, your love life is steamy, you're getting along with everyone, you feel yummy in your body, and you are just experiencing buckets of delight, excitement, ambition. You're just like, I'm doing the damn thing. Yeah, it's really easy to be your own ride or die. Like, this is when you're like doing the sea walk, you're getting your name tattooed on your chest, you're naming your daughter your name Junior, like I'm naming my daughter CLG Junior. You are pouring out bottles of champagne in your own honor. But the real gangsters, really being your own ride or die, when you notice that you are self-sabotaging and when you know better, but you're still choosing the habits that are creating your own suffering. Are you being your own ride or die then? When something goes off course and it reminds you of your humanness, like you make a major mistake in your career or you got some feedback and you're like, ouch, there's some truth in there. Are you using that as an opportunity to be your own ride or die? Or are you using it to join a rival gang with your knife out, ready to cut a bitch, like shots fired? If you are only choosing to be your own ride or die when you're performing a certain way, it is highly, highly conditional. If this is your pattern, every time that you mess up or something doesn't go your way, you use it as an opportunity to beat the shit out of yourself. What are the chances that you're willingly going to go towards those things? You fail ahead of time. Or you tell yourself, I can't afford it. I don't want to fail. I don't have the time. Lies, lies, lies. Truth booth, despite all of my professional success, I did not believe in myself at all. I believed that my value as a human was based on how other people perceived me. So I cultivated this perfect, shiny LA life with a fancy public relations career, membership at Soho House, multiple high six-figure salary, corner office with a view in Beverly Hills with a full staff, international vacations, hair extensions, eyelash extensions, like designer purses, clothes, shoes. And my soul was dying, withering away year after year, because I believed that my worth was because of what I achieved and how helpful I was to other people and what other people thought about me. When I left that world, I felt like I was nothing without all of the shiny external things that I thought made me valuable. I was in a gang of one with myself, and that bitch hated me, would just cut me down any chance she could. And like, she is me. When you don't have this ride or die-ness within yourself, it's terrifying because you have zero skills of leading yourself emotionally and mentally and spiritually. Nobody taught you that you can decide what you want on purpose and you can own it no matter what anyone else thinks. Like, we are actually taught the opposite. Being your own ride or die in coach speak is having your own back or being on your own team. And I never understood that. It was too tame and cookie cutter. This ferociousness that we have, it is straight savage, torturous. It is cruelty that goes beyond being mean to yourself. It is harsh and brutal. Instead of using that as evidence for, well, this is just the way that I'm built, I talk vile and malicious, use it as evidence that shows you I am powerful. What I teach you and show you how to do is how you can use it to fiercely validate yourself. Because when you validate yourself, when you're like, hey, homie, ride or die right here, no one can invalidate you. You are just walking around in a bulletproof bubble. It seals all of the energy leaks that you have of looking to your partner to give you words of affirmation because you feel shitty about yourself. When you start being your own ride or die, you advocate for yourself no matter what. You always bet on yourself. Even if you're 100K in the hole, you're like, I know me. I know that this is going to pay off. I was coaching a client today on her best friend / worst enemy relationship. She was telling me that like 1 minute I am my own ride or die. I'm like, you're a rock star. You can do it. I love you. But she said the second that I don't reach my goal, I just drop into you're the worst piece of shit. You never amount to anything. And nobody is as mean to myself as I am to me. And she said there's this roller coaster and she can see it and she's tired of it. And she recognizes that she's tolerating it. Maybe you recognize this in yourself too, okay? That is not a best friend. That is not a ride or die. That is not a homie that you want to roll with. That is manipulative, that is threatening, and that is belittling. That part of you that's always telling us we're not doing enough, like it's just trying to help in the way that it's been taught. And so this is when you, leading lady of your life and gender neutral podcast, you know I get that from this cinematic masterpiece, The Holiday. This is when you rise up and you honor that there is love there and you decide and you lead yourself with a new internal narrative. You're like, homie, that's not how we roll. We're not going to do that anymore. And from this place of fierce and ferociousness, you decide that treating yourself like trash is unacceptable. You just don't do it. I'm guessing that when someone pisses you off, you don't go knife them. You don't murder them. Why don't you do that? That's a good question for yourself, actually. Probably because it doesn't even come up as an option. But I want to tell you, with this same determination and decisiveness, you can decide that you are not going to join a rival gang. You are not going to be a fair weather gangster to yourself. You're not going to jump ship and duck and be a coward when things get tough. Truth Booth, the harshness that you are doing on yourself, that maybe it's worked really, really well to get you where you are right now. I say that because it worked phenomenal for me for the first 30-something years of my life. This harshness, the soil will become infertile. And you might be seeing this now if you've noticed that your growth has plateaued. And if you stay here, you will wither away and you will die feeling bitter. Let's not do bitter. Let's get better. We think hugging ourselves and saying nice things to ourselves is awkward. It's actually not as awkward as the awkwardness that we're in right now by berating ourselves. The only difference is that we've been doing it for so long, we're just used to it. For example, sleeping on a mattress is not awkward. Your spine is just used to sleeping on the hard, dirty floor with slugs and like getting rashes. The mattress is actually better for you, but the first month or two, it might be a little bit awkward. Once I made this decision of transplanting myself to fertile soil and sunshine, this powerful energy within me immersed, where it felt like the Da Vinci Code had been unlocked and the floodgates to a whole new portal opened, and out of me just poured all of this wisdom and all of this audaciousness. Like if I would not have decided, okay, gangster love, I'm going to be my own ride or die, you wouldn't be listening to this right now. When you are your own ride or die, everything that you were formerly dependent on, all of those conditions, your career, your weight, your partner, your kids, your money, your family, all of these things outside of you, it just all drops away in those moments. When you don't show up the way that you want, when you don't measure up to the preconceived notion of how you think you should or how others think you should. When shit ain't working right, that's when you go gangsta. That's when you show how ride or die you are. When you are your own ride or die, you find those opportunities. Like, when you forget a majorly important deadline, do you use that as an opportunity for gangster love? Do you say, yeah, you knew this was important and you forgot? Like, you didn't prioritize it and now we got to take care of it. And I love you even when you forget important stuff. Like, we're going to get it done right now. Or do you say, here you go again, forgetting important shit. You missed the deadline, loser. And now you're making everyone else late. You totally should have done this earlier. I can't believe you dropped the ball. Why do you keep doing this? One of those scenarios creates growth. The other one keeps you stuck and weedy, because all of those like coulda, shoulda, woulda, that is you joining a rival gang and just producing foul fuel for your mind and your body and your energetics. We don't create epic results with foul fuel, and we for sure can't sustain it, because whatever you use to build it is what you will need to maintain it. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. This is a daily, hourly, minute process. This is not like, I'm just going to say some empowering things and then I'm good, right? Like, there's a difference between saying empowered things and embodying it. This is a radical reclamation and acceptance for who you are and how you are, seeing the future version of you. And instead of being like, I want to be over there self-concept wise, seeing that, oh, they already exist and they are alive within you. It wants to be activated, ignited, and lighting up in every cell of your body. Like, it wants you to live in a technicolor prism of possibility that we don't see currently modeled in the matrix of society. But you cannot be your own ride or die if you're not bringing awareness to all of the old conditioning and rules and harshness that you were taught. Pick them up like a sponge, and we want to squeeze that shit out and then choose on purpose what you want to put in there. Now, if you notice that there's a gap between how you treat, champion, talk to other people in your life that you love and how you talk to yourself, if you are listening to this and you are vigorously nodding your head, listen closely, because I might have the solution you've been searching for. My Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, a 6-week, highly individualized one-on-one coaching experience designed exclusively for perfectionists like you. Your perfectionism is actually your greatest asset, and leveraging it can be hard work or take years of guesswork. That's why in Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, I give you my key frameworks to taking charge of your Ferrari drive, proven to work even for the most type A, high-strung, stubborn perfectionists. In the first 30 days, you will cut your burnout in half, increase your professional fulfillment by at least 150%, and your self-compassion will go up at least 250%. And that is just your first 30 days. So if you want to save yourself years of trial and error, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator today. Or if you want to take the easy way, just click the link in the show notes to check out the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator.